the past few weeks. So definitely something you want to get on if you have not already. I think we're 4-3 on the season on the parlays, plus I believe around 7 or 8 units. I'm not sure on the exact record on that, but the parlays have been hitting anytime touchdown scores, money lines. We've been hot with them last year, got off to a tough start. This year it's been a little opposite, so looking to keep that going. We'll get into our parlay after our games here. We're going to start out with an NFC AFC matchup at 1 o'clock. 2 1 o'clock games we're going to get into. This is the first one. The Chicago Bears heading to Baltimore. When I selected this game, Lamar Jackson was slated to play. I love the Bears plus 6.5 in money line with Lamar in. Lamar is out now. Ravens are now 2.5-point favorite. I'm still going to be betting the Bears on the money line here. Now I'm going to avoid the 2.5. There's really no value in doing spread and money line here. I will be on Chicago. I think the Ravens' season from hell continues. They'll fall to 1-6. Tyler Huntley under center. I don't think anyone is scared of him. That defense, I feel like they could let up 40 points to anyone on any given Sunday right now. They just look like bad vibes, all-time bad vibes in Baltimore, other than, you could compare them to a team like Miami. At least Baltimore has like the hope to keep going, but they're just struck with the injury bug. I don't think it, stops this week. They fall to 1-6. Bears on the money line plus 120 for me.
Yeah, this should be an interesting game. With Lamar Jackson, I think that the Ravens would have definitely been in a good spot to bounce back and grab a win here. But with Tyler Huntley on their center, it's definitely a different type of matchup here. The big news is for the Ravens, at least they have a lot of their defense back. Talking about giving up 40 points a game. I do like the over in this one still, but getting Roquan Smith back, Kyle Hamilton, Kyle Van Noy, and I believe Nate Wiggins as well really changes the tune of their defense. Without some of those guys, it's a very tough spot to be in. I think they got to get back to their identity and give Derrick Henry the rock early and often if they want to stay in this game. Well, Ben Johnson, he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve. Going on the road is another hope for the Ravens to stay in this one. Coming off of a bye week too. If Harbaugh is as good of a coach as we think he is in coming into the season, we had him in our top 5, top 7 coaches in the league. A lot of people saying he's on the hot seat now. Now's the time to prove, can you win without your guy? This is going to be a tough spot. There's a lot of weapons on that Chicago side. We see Romo Dunze has been kind of quiet the last few weeks, but he had a really nice start to the season. Luther Burden coming along a little bit. Loveland stepping in for the injured Cole Kmet. And, of course, they still have DJ Moore. Caleb Williams looking like the second or third best quarterback in that draft class from last year. So we'll have to see. I mean, look at the amount of points the Bears have put up this year. It's been crazy. But we got Big Hoss here in the chat saying Tyler Huntley is here just in time. Not too sure about that, but that'll be interesting. I do think Derrick Henry finds the end zone today, and I think there's a lot of points scored in this one. The Ravens have any chance of getting back into the playoff mix, it's going to take a big win with Tyler Huntley on their center. We've seen him do it before, but I'm going to stay away from a side in this one. But that 2.5 and 6.5 point swing, Huff, definitely a big one. Wish you locked that in earlier in the week. That'd be nice
I
to be
know.
sitting at now.
Yeah, I wish I had plus 6.5 because I was gonna do the 6.5 and I don't even know what the money line was. I think it was plus 200 or around there, but I wish I
That's
even
about
would have
even.
just locked in the spread. I wouldn't even mind getting the money line at plus 120 and having the spread. But yeah, I think that's gonna
Huff
be
right
an
here
interesting.
in the Huff right here in the
Good.
chat. We have a question already too coming in. A couple fantasy questions. Definitely hit us with some of those. We'll help you out. One asking Tez Johnson, Keyshawn Booty, or Terry McLaurin. I think you got to sit Terry McLaurin without Jaden Daniels in the year that he's had so far, coming off of injury. He hasn't shown us much. I'm going to stay
I'd
away
probably
from
go with
Terry
your guy.
McLaurin. Keyshawn Booty, yeah, he's been very strong. Tez Johnson, I know he's kind of popped on the scene with back-to-back touchdowns in his last 2 games. But I'm going to go with Keyshawn Booty. When he's targeted, Drake May has a insane passer rating. The former LSU top prospect receiver has looked really good. Let's fire up Keyshawn Booty today. I think they're going to have to go to the air a little bit against that Browns defense. And with him and Diggs running around in Gillette, he's going to get into the end zone once again. A couple other ones here. Zay Flowers or Ramondre Stevenson at flex. I think I stick with Zay Flowers. I know that Lamar Jackson's not at the helm, but he'll still see a lot of targets there, especially if you're playing in a PPR league. Zay Flowers is a safe one. He can find the end zone a lot. Huff, here's one. I know who I'd go with, but you going with Drake May against the Cleveland Browns, or you going with Bo Nix today against against the Dallas Cowboys?
Mm.
I think it could be a shootout there with the Cowboys.
I
I
think
know
that's a lot. I do. That's what makes me want to lean Knicks because I think
it's
that's a
tough to
lot of
sit
points.
May with the way he's playing right now, though.
I know. Yeah, it's and the way Cleveland's making teams play, like that could either be Patriots win with a total set at 40.5. Like that could either be a I don't even know, 28, 10 kind of
You don't have
game.
to score a lot of points to beat the
That's
Browns.
what
That's
you
the
like. The
thing.
way the Browns are playing, you do not have to do much to beat them, and the Patriots and Vrabel know that. So like, I don't think they're going to overcomplicate things. I mean, we've seen the Browns beat the Packers. Like when you're the
Just
Patriots,
ball
no one expected
security.
them at 5-2. I don't think this is a game you necessarily want to lose. So,
Yeah.
um, I would, I that's
Go
tough.
Knicks against the
I'd
Cowboys is
probably
a
go
nice
Knicks
spot.
against a bad Dallas defense, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, there should be a lot of points in that game. Couple more questions before we get into our next game. Calvin Austin, Marvin Mims. Do you think your guy Calvin Austin comes along? A lot of people
This,
looking to fill the gaps with injuries and bye weeks, and a possible Aaron Rodgers revenge game against the Packers.
I believe this is Calvin Austin's first game back in a couple weeks. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
and he went off in those first couple weeks.
Yeah, Rogers seemed to like him, except for the one that he got in the way
Frustrated
of
goat.
Pat Freiermuth against the Seahawks and caused that interception. But yeah, I don't know. I think he could have a good game. We've needed that number two target behind Metcalf, and hopefully he can step up and make some plays tonight.
Let me
Um,
rattle off a couple more here before our
yeah, go
next
ahead.
game. J.K. Dobbins or DeAndre Swift. Let's go with J.K. Dobbins. Like we said, a lot of points in that Cowboys game. Anybody you can fire up in that matchup, I think, is a good spot to be. Quinshaw, Judkins, or J.K. Dobbins. Let's go Dobbins again. Judkins is going against the Patriots defense, number 2 run defense in the league, and they have yet to give up a rusher of above 50 yards on the season. That's tough to see. I know that he's a bell cow over there in Cleveland. He looks really good, but can't go against those stats. Brees or Mooney at the flex. Let's stick with Brees Hall. Justin Fields is still in the mix with Tyrod Taylor out, so I think he's still going to go to his guy early and often. Drake London, questionable for me in fantasy thoughts. I think he is going to soup and play this week. I know Darnell Mooney's back too, but with Kirk Cousins throwing the rock, we saw how good that Drake London was with him last year. Let's stick with it. Start Caleb Williams or Joe Flacco. Let's go with Joe Flacco here. Because of those guys returning for that Ravens defense, I think it might be a little bit different. And Joe Flacco's he's been on fire. When you throw a Jamar Chase all game, it's not that hard to do. A couple more, and then we'll get to our last one. Start Williams or Allen. Is that Josh Allen versus Caleb Williams? I feel like we're never going to
That's
sit
who I
Josh
would
Allen,
take it as. Yeah.
especially with the Buffalo Bills playing the Carolina Panthers. That defense doesn't scare me. May or Fields, let's go May here. Definitely don't want to start Fields. He lost his job, but just got it back by luck of injury. Let us know with a couple more questions. Thanks for the follow, Trey. Love to see that. And Huff, let's get into our next game.
Absolutely. Another 1 o'clock game here. The San Francisco 49ers heading to Houston to take on the Texans. Texans are the favorite here, 2.5 points, over under 42. Texans money line -130. Niners +110. You want to start us out on this one?
Yeah, I like this spot for the San Francisco 49ers. I know the Texans looked a little pesky last week. They seemed like they were getting blown out by the Seahawks in the first half, but they stuck around. They stuck around. They stuck around. But that O line is just very, very scary. And it's making CJ Stroud look very bad. I'm a big hater on CJ Stroud. I used to be a big fan of him in his rookie season. But the more and more I watch him, he actually is putting together a decent attempt. It's just so hard with no time in the pocket. But now
That
they're without
offensive line is so bad.
it's terrible. Now they're without Nico Collins too, so they're relying on the rookies like Jaden Noel. They have Xavier Hutchinson and Jaden Higgins on the outside. Noel and Higgins have looked good. Hutchinson's found the end zone, but they're not too strong or reliable targets. Dalton
Yeah.
Schultz does look very good as a strong-handed tight end, but he's banged up too. He's questionable, but hasn't really been practicing this week. There are Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. I mean, Woody Marks is a good receiver, but not too strong. And then that defense for the Texans is very nice. Going up against Mac Jones or Brock Purdy, either one, they would get that pressure on him. But when you have Christian McCaffrey running the rock the way he has, putting up 200 total yards a game, you have George Kittle on National Tight End Week. Huff, let's not forget about that. It's National Tight End Week.
Yep.
He put up a dud last week in his return. I think he finds the end zone and has a productive day. And some of those receivers on the outside are nice. They have Brandon Ayuk close to returning. I would fire up my George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey plays with the pressure that the Texans bring on their defensive side of the ball. He's going to get the ball out quick today and look for those guys to eat. I'm going with the Niners here to win this one. That defense is going to get through against that weak Texans O line and win this one at home.
Yeah, I think both teams have pretty good defenses in this matchup. I'm big on this Texans defense led by Will Anderson and a couple other those young pieces, Stingley.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the under 42. I think this will be a lower scoring game. I think this could get to halftime. One of the teams in single digit points. At least that's how I'd like to see it go. Kind of start, little choppy start for some of these teams, hopefully a slow first quarter. I think these defenses are going to control the game. I'm not big on the 49ers offense, obviously. The quarterback position, I mean, obviously outside of, McCaffrey, Kittle, they have the weapons there, but they've made it work. They're 5-2 with Mac Jones. Brock Purdy's, he's been out or he's played a couple of games this year. I don't even remember when he went out. Was it the Jaguars game or before that? That was Mac Jones. Do you remember when?
He played that full he was out for a couple weeks. He came back against the
And he
Jaguars.
shouldn't have. It was that was the game he shouldn't have came
Yeah,
back.
he had a multiple turnovers to lose the game,
Yeah,
and then he lost the job again, and Mac Jones has looked very good in his
yeah.
absence.
Yeah, I like the under here. I think that both defenses are going to control this game. I think 42. I think it's a great teaser leg if you like to tease a total up to like four. What would you get? 48 and a half. That would be 47 and a half. I would love that even more. But yeah, I'm on the under. Ace on the Niners here. We'll move
I'm
to
gonna
our
trust Huff. I'm gonna trust the coaching staff in that game for the San Francisco 49ers.
yeah.
The
I
fact that
mean,
they brought in Robert Saleh to run that defense too has been a very big point. Didn't do great as a head coach, but we know how great he is as a coordinator. And look at the guy that's stepping in for Fred Wilson there. Fred Warner. I don't know
Fred
why I said
Warner.
Fred Wilson. Yeah, it's crazy. Fred
I
Warner,
was
one of
like,
the
wait,
best.
is he
Yeah,
saying?
so many names in the chat here asking me about stuff. I'm looking at a million names. People ask me their lineup, but yeah, Fred Warner, in the chat. Yeah, don't roast me for that one. Big Niners guy too, so that's crazy.
Frank Wilson.
Yeah, Frank Wilson, Fred Wilson. Who is it? Oh, it's Fred Warner. Doesn't matter though. You could throw anybody into that defensive lineup, and they just eat. I mean, you have no Nick Bosa, you have no Warner, and there's just so many guys just stepping up and filling the void. Um,
Yeah.
in the chat here, we do have one more question. Any of these Texas wide receivers worth starting this week? Like I
Oof.
said, Higgins, Noel, Hutchinson, so many people down with injuries and bye
See
weeks.
what other options do they have? Let's see what other
What are
options
you
they
going
have.
with? Josh Reynolds from the Jets? Are you going with
Yeah, like
Darius Slayton from the Giants? I know a lot of people are thin on the waiver wire there. Chimere Dike from the Titans or
uh,
Eli Iomanor.
yeah,
There's
you're in a
not that.
tough spot if you're
Yeah.
starting those
Who are you going with
guys.
though? Are you trusting any of those Texans? Are you trusting Josh Reynolds or Darius Slayton? Are you trusting Marvin Mims or Troy
Was it
Franklin?
Higgins last week that you bet him and had he like did like
Yeah,
nothing?
2.5 receptions. He had, like, 4 targets, and he didn't do much, even when, but the pocket collapse is so quick for those Texans. That's why
Yeah, he has no time to throw the ball.
Jalen Noel is my favorite one because he's so quick off the line of scrimmage. The announcers were talking about it. They can actually get the ball to him because he finds a quick opening. But definitely not none of them too strong. Like I said, maybe some of those Broncos receivers because of the high scoring nature of their matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into our first 4 o'clock matchup, an NFC South divisional game here. The Tampa Bay Bucks heading to New Orleans to take on the 1-6 Saints. Saints are the dog here, 3.5 points at home, over under 46.5. Saints money line plus 170, Bucks minus 210. I don't know why. It's a home divisional dog. It's my play. I'm gonna pick the Saints plus 3.5. I don't know if I'm
Wow.
actually gonna bet it.
Wow.
The Bucks are
Wow.
so injured. They was it
Yeah, but
last
does
week
it
when they
matter?
lost to
They lost
was
to the
last week the
Lions, though.
Lions game?
Yeah, they lost to the Lions, though, on
Yeah,
the
I mean
road,
that's what I
on
mean.
Monday Night Football.
I think these injuries are gonna start catching up to them. I don't think they're 6-2 set. Like I don't think they're just gonna keep picking up wins. And this is a divisional game where
But the
kind of
Saints
a
aren't that good. What about
it's
the
kind of a letdown spot. Obviously, if they would have
You
beat
and
Detroit, this
Vegas
would be
are
a major
respecting them.
sell high spot.
You and
But
Vegas are respecting the Saints and Spencer Rattler so much.
Spencer Rattler hasn't been the problem the past few
No, he
weeks.
hasn't. I mean, he throws a couple interceptions here and there, but they kinda get overlooked because
Any
nobody has high
any non-elite
expectations.
quarterback does that.
No, I know, but they're piling up a little bit. But he has looked good. I'll agree with you. And it's crazy because this Saints team isn't too strong. But all these guys that are expected to be traded are like, no, I want to stay in New Orleans. It's like,
It's
why?
crazy. I don't know.
Why?
Like, dude, they said yesterday they're not trading Olave. They're working on a contract extension. Kamara said I don't want to be traded, and they said Rashid Shaheed they want a second or a third round pick.
Yeah, I think he actually is worth that though, which is crazy. I mean, he's so
A
dynamic.
second is high. I'd give him
Yeah,
the third that we got for Pickens, and
but
basically just Pickens for Shaheed, and just because
I
Pickens
wouldn't
didn't
want
want
to
to be
give
here.
him up for that though. That's the other thing though. I wouldn't want to give him up for less than that if I'm the Saints because he actually is a very dynamic receiver. People talk about
When
him
you have a
coming to
real
New England.
quarterback in there that can get him the ball downfield, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people talk about the Patriots maybe being in on them, the Ravens, even your Steelers, and those are all teams with QBs that can feed him the ball. And he would be a strong number 2 receiver for all of us. He's very dynamic at the slot. His return game's elite too. He can turn stuff out of nothing into something. Um, I don't know. We'll see if he does get moved. I actually don't think they move any of them, but it is nice to see. Our live just ended there on TikTok, so you hate to see that. Hopefully, it pops back up here. Um, but yeah, I think the
He just
Bucks.
texted us and say that.
No, I have it up right here.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll give it a quick second. Oh, I think we should be back live. And yeah, we're back live here. So yeah, talking about this Bucks and Saints game. Huff, I'm gonna ride with the Bucks though. I mean, I know they're banged up, but they have Mike Ibuka still. They have Rashad White, Kate Otten on National Tight End Week should see a lot of different targets. Tez Johnson stepping up, Sterling Shepard, like they still have the pieces there with Baker Mayfield. Still a top 5 in the MVP candidacy. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. I'm not gonna overthink this. I like the line very much. Give me the Bucks on the money line here to hold on to the Saints and kind of reclaim the division. People talk about the Panthers coming back, maybe pushing for that division, but they have a tough matchup in the Bills today.
Yeah. Our second 4 o'clock game, 4:30, Cowboys at Broncos, Mile High Stadium. I believe this is the game of the week. Broncos are the 3.5 point favorite. Over under at 51. Broncos -190. Um, and Cowboys +155. Jesse's trying to FaceTime us. What's he doing?
Yeah, jump into it real quick. See what's going on. Producer Jesse,
You
give
said
us a
my
shout
you
out.
said my bad.
Oh, never mind.
Broncos
All right.
Broncos Cowboys, like I said, 3.5 point favorite for Denver, over under 51. Broncos -190, Cowboys +155. I'm gonna lean on these Broncos here. I don't like 3.5. I'd like 3. I think this will be a high scoring game. 51 could be in play. I hate taking overs when it's in the 50s. It just feels like it's so unattainable. But I feel like the way the Cowboys defense is playing, the way the Cowboys offense is playing,
Mhm.
this Broncos defense is legit. They are very
Is it
good.
though?
Benito, I think they are very
But
good.
look at the
They're
amount of points that Jackson Dart just put up against them last week.
I th I don't know, dude. I kinda downplayed Dart. He's a lot better than I
He
thought.
is really good. He is really
Yeah,
good. And if
and
you
scat
watch
like
that game though, there's some crazy touchdowns. Both
yeah,
teams, the Broncos and the Giants, had deflection into another guy's hands for a
yeah.
touchdown. Um, and they were down like 30 points going into the fourth
33
quarter.
points in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so that's kinda crazy. I don't think this Broncos team's that good, though. I think their record's much better than they actually are. I think Bo Nix isn't that great, but he was doing it all in that comeback last game. Cowboys win this game. Let's go, Edgar. I'm
He's
on
looked
that
good the
too.
past few
Huff,
weeks.
in the chat, Edgar saying, "I'm on the Cowboys. They're gonna win this game. I'm on them too." I'm a Patriots fan, but Mac, you are the guy who's out today. Cowboys fan. I think I like those Cowboys more than him. I take them all the time. No, someone saying the Cowboys are a contender with Diggs hurt. I think the Cowboys are a good team. Hopefully, they trade Trayvon Diggs to my Patriots. Get Stephon Trayvon up here.
I think
Drake
the
May is
Lions
so
would score
cute for Matt.
70 points on the
Hilarious.
Cowboys in a playoff game if it was in Detroit.
Hey, all I know that is today is going to be a big game. You know who it's a revenge game for? Javonte Williams. Fire him up. He was all pissed. And yeah, do you want Diggs? Oh, yeah, I do want Trayvon Diggs. Imagine if he has like your 2 or 3 behind Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis and I guess Marcus
And
Jones
you have
too has had a
Stephon, that would
great
be
year.
cool.
Yeah, I know it would be. It's a nice little culture shift there. Stephon Diggs like a leader on the Patriots too. We'd pay you to take him. He's saying, yeah, well, fuck it, we'll take him. Why not? But yeah, you got
6th
Deron
rounder.
Bland. Deron Bland. I think he had that pick six the other day. So it was nice to see too. But yeah, I'm firing up the Cowboys today. Take them on the money line. Yeah, let's go with the Cowboys here. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. That duo is absolutely dynamic, unstoppable. Sadie saying Denver or Houston defense today. Oof, that's such a tough call. I think I'm going to go with Houston. Huff likes the under in that one. And Will Anderson, Derek Stingley have been getting after it. It should be a lower scoring game there.
Yeah, this is gonna be a
Dak,
high Broncos is gonna be a high scoring game.
Dak or May? That's such a tough question. I have the same exact one in my league. Like Drake May, how do you sit him? We got Matt riding Drake May in the chat here. But yeah, it's tough to lay off Drake May. But he's playing the Browns, so they really don't have to do too much today. Let's go with Dak Prescott. I guess it's so hard to sit Drake May though. Um, yeah, I think that George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, though, Huff, how unstoppable is that? Oh,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart. Huff, we have Jackson Dart in the chat. What up, Jackson Dart? He's saying Woody Marks or Travion Henderson, buddy. I saw that Travion Henderson might get some more snaps, and I'm dying for it, but Josh McDaniels just does not play rookies. And Woody Marks is a PPR target hog with a battle line. Look for him to get the ball early and often. Let's fire up Woody Marks, a very safe floor. I know that Travion, we're waiting for that big boom at some point. I don't know if I want to fire up anybody against the Browns defense too much. Maybe some of those receivers as May as
Especially someone that hasn't played much.
yeah, I know. He barely got any snaps last week. And Woody Marks is a PPR stud. Here we go from Edgar. Eagles money line plus Cowboys spread plus Green Bay money line. Easy money. Yeah, I love the Green Bay money line. We're gonna get that game here in a second. Huff doesn't love that one too much, but all of us in the rest of the world that think Green Bay is really good, Huff included, would love to see this line against any other team and be like, ooh, that's not too bad. Couple other actually chats coming in real quick up before we get to our next game. Matt saying Kyle Williams will break out eventually too. Yeah, I really hope so. Doesn't see a lot of targets either. Kind of buried behind Booty and Diggs and Pop with that nice one-handed catch by Pop last week, and Matt Collins. Someone saying Goddard or Kittle. We cannot sit George Kittle on National Tight End Week. Actually, honestly, you can fire up Goddard in your flex. National Tight End Week, folks. Let's get our tight end some love. Someone goes, let's go Lurs in the chat. Jackson Dart saying, most elaborate response I've gotten so far, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, of course. No worries, big dog. Let's go with Woody Marks there. And thanks for the follow. Love to see that. McLaurin or Shakir. I'm not firing up Terry McLaurin without Jaden Daniels healthy. Let's go with Khalil Shakir. Nurse Robbie, Robbie Nurse, whatever it is. Thanks for the follow. Any other questions? Let's keep them going. Harold Fannin or Mason Taylor? That's a good question right there. You're digging deep. I know your league's pretty solid if you're going with those two. Huff, you going with Harold Fannin or Mason Taylor this week? The Patriots have not been good covering the middle of the field of the short passing game, which leads me to think Fannin could play well, but Mason Taylor, without Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields in the mix, could be a target hog today against that weak Cincinnati defense. Give me your thought on Mason Taylor versus Harold Fannin.
I like Fannin. I don't know. He's been a part of that Browns offense. He was it the touchdown that he got? Was it the London game
Yeah, him and
against the
Njoku
Vikings?
both scored. Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably go with him, but against your Patriots defense, they're good at stopping the
They're
run.
not
Do
they're
you go
not
with
bad against. Yeah, I like Fannin. I like Mason Taylor. Low-key, I'd fire them both up.
Mason Taylor's had some dud games though. Like
But there's no Garrett Wilson. Who else can catch the ball on that Jets team?
true.
And
I didn't think of that.
against that Bengals week, it could be a high scoring game against the Bengals too. Oh, the chats are flying, Huff. We got to stick to it real quick. Sutton or Pickens? We're not sitting George Pickens. GP3 is a complete dog right now. We're keeping him in the lineup. But if you can start Sutton too, let us know who else you got because we might start both. Who do I start? Drake May or Caleb Williams? Oof, that's such a tough call. Such a tough call. I'm gonna go against Drake May. I hate doing it, but let's go with Caleb Williams because he's playing that Ravens defense that has yet to stop anything. They can't even stop. I don't know. They couldn't stop a baby. I don't know if they could. Hoss, let us know in the chat. Cowboys winning. Yes, they are. Who do I start? Drake May or Caleb Williams? Just told you. Let's go Caleb Williams. Tez Johnson or Tyler Algier? Let's go Tez Johnson. I think he has not that much competition for target. Cowboys or Broncos moneyline. Cowboys is Lamar playing? No, he's out. Not. Tyler Huntley is in. They're still the favorites, I know, but they're at home coming off the bye. Please answer my question. I followed. Who would I start? Drake May or Caleb Williams? Yeah, we're gonna go Caleb Williams. No Lamar today. Thanks for answering the chat. Sutton and DK over 50 plus thoughts. Yeah, like both of them do that. Huff, your boy DK Metcalf getting over 50 today, 100%.
Yeah,
Right?
I think I like his 4.5 receptions. I didn't see what the yards were, but I like 4.5 receptions. I think he's gonna be heavily involved.
Yeah, Logan Chill, bro. Jesus, wow. Sutton or Ibuka then. Let's go. Oof, that's such a tough call too. I'm gonna start Ibuka too. I think that he has a big day, and Baker Mayfield's pissed. He hates playing against the New Orleans Saints, saying that's one of the dirtiest teams. I think he's gonna take it to him. And Ibuka's been the guy all year long. Now you have no Evans and Godwin. Let's fire him up. Matthew Golden and Kenneth Gainwell at the flex. Let's go Matthew Golden on Sunday Night Football. Start DJ Moore, Chimere Dike. Chimere Dike's look nice, but we're gonna go DJ Moore here. Definitely a safer play. Chimere Dike, boomer bust. But those return yards, you get a nice little return touchdown mixed into it. It's not bad to see. Logan gonna send it 4 more times. That's all right. We love to see it. Dart, I like the pack TD. I'm going Golden in the same situation. This could finally be the game. I mean, how many times are we gonna say that for the rookies? But yeah, it's Sunday Night Football. Just be wary of Christian Watson coming back, and Dobbs is a favorite target of Jordan Love's. Start DJ Moore, Chimere. Let's go with DJ Moore. Huff, let's get to our next game here. Keep those
Yeah,
chats
Sunday
coming.
Night Football. Me and Jesse will be in attendance for this one. The Green Bay Packers heading to Pittsburgh to take on my Steelers. Steelers are getting 3 points on or at home over under 45.5. Steelers plus 130 on MGM to win this. Packers minus 155. I pulled a couple trends here because people love to talk about the Steelers as underdogs. So we're just going to go through a few of these. Home
Okay.
underdog under Mike Tomlin against the spread, 21-7-3.
Not
Aaron
terrible.
Rodgers, home underdog against the spread, 7-1.
Yeah, that's on the
Steelers,
Green Bay Packers a lot of them.
The Mike Tomlin one's not. In the past 5 years,
Yep.
9-2 on Sunday Night Football
Okay.
against the spread. Jordan Love in the prime time, 0-2 against the spread as a favorite.
I
I'm
mean,
going to
how
go with
high
the
are you on
Pittsburgh
this?
Steelers. Ride the trends, as you always say. If you don't ride the trend, you're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
miss
gonna
it.
miss it.
You
Yeah.
don't want to miss it. Give me the
Yeah.
Steelers. Everyone thinks the Steelers are done. They just lost to the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. They get a mini bye coming into this one. Aaron Rodgers wants to beat this team so bad. The last team he's never beaten in the NFL.
Mhm.
Could be the 5th quarterback to beat all 32
Could be his
teams
last
in the league.
chance.
He's going to get it done. Steelers win this game. This is a classic Mike Tomlin in the prime time. Steelers will win this game. I don't know a score prediction, high, low
Give us
scoring,
one. I
whatever it's going
gotta
to
know
be.
what you say because you are one of the biggest Green Bay Packers backers too. You were saying they could go win the Super Bowl a few weeks ago,
I
and
I,
now
I think I think Jordan Love's going to struggle tonight. I think the environment that they're coming into on the
the
road.
environment is massive.
Yeah, playing at home on the primetime, Steelers always show up in these games. It's definitely going to be a close game. I'll be on the Steelers plus the 3 and the money line.
Chat, let us know who you're backing this Sunday Night Football matchup. The Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Green Bay Packers because I am on the Green Bay Packers here. I can't believe that line is so unfavored for them. I think they can easily cover a field goal. You know what's tough? Going to be tough for that Steelers defense today is containing Josh Jacobs, one of the best running backs in the league. I know he's been a little dinged up. I got the Pack 2, says Jackson Dart. Anthony says I've got the Packers, throwing the cheese heads in the chat. Saints upset? No, I don't think so.
He's just
Yeah,
mad I was downplaying his shitty Ravens.
yeah, well, I think he's just hoping somehow we can stay in the mix if the Steelers lose
They're
again.
out of it. Season's over. When's the
I don't
draft for
know. I
Baltimore?
don't know. I mean, nobody likes to win games in that AFC North. Once heralded as one of the best divisions in football, looking pretty weak this year. You can win 7 games and win that division maybe, Huff, which is you guys are almost there. Packers have the most overrated linebackers in the league. Really? You think so? Quay Walker and who's the other guy coming off the edge there? That's pretty good. I like that defense a little bit. Chat, remind me
No
who's
Van Ness.
and
They're missing a couple guys
Michael
on
Parsons,
defense today.
obviously. No, I'm talking about the with Quay Walker, the other young pass rusher coming off the edge. Slipping my mind right now. I know he's been very strong. He's drafted highly too. But yeah, that team's pretty strong with Matt LaFleur coaching the team too. Coop is good. I think Parsons is overrated, says chat. Wow, that's a crazy take. He doesn't even play that much, but when he does, did not see him last week getting after the quarterback, the pressure he puts on him, and everybody else getting the looks too. I don't know. I like that defense. And then, on the outside, Romeo Dobbs looked really good. Tucker Kraft on National Tight End Day. Is anybody like Tucker Kraft to get in the end zone? Someone going beyond overrated. Edrin Cooper. No, who am I looking up? Pull up his stats. Yeah, I know his stats haven't been great this year, but he's always getting double team and he frees up the rest of the defense. And he passes the eye test too. He's always getting after it. Packers top defense because I can't get this name. It's on the tip of my tongue, and he's one of my favorite defensive players in the league. Rashawn Gary. How are we forgetting about Rashawn Gary? Yeah, people talk about Edrin Cooper. Yeah, Rashawn Gary. Thanks, chat, for putting that one back in my mind. But I think he's one of the big ones. I can somewhat agree. He's still amazing with people glaze. Yet, how do you not though? Look at how good Michael Parsons is. He's an absolute athlete. But yeah, with Rashawn Gary, the guy that subs in for him is pretty decent too. I'm going with the Packers here, though. I think Josh Jacobs definitely finds the end zone. I think he goes over 100, too. I think if you're a Josh Jacobs fantasy owner, today is a big day for him. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, I think it's DK Metcalf. Huff, can anybody else step up? Is it Calvin Austin? Huff, what do you think about this, though? Chat, Diggs is an athlete. Yeah, I guess so. But you say Micah is good at a lot, not great at something. What do you think about that? Michael Parsons' take.
I mean, he's definitely a top pass rusher in the NFL. I don't know if you can say that, but
Is he top 5? I think so.
him, Crosby, Watt, Garrett, I think
Hutchinson,
it's still that class of guys.
Will Anderson.
Yeah,
You got the Boses when they're healthy. I mean, not so much Joey
they're just never
anymore.
healthy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good ones now. Josh Hines
But
Allen, big game for
I
Kamara
think we're in
today.
for a good matchup. I think Sunday Night Football this
I'm
week we
taking
have a
the
good
Packers.
Broncos Cowboys. Is a good 4 o'clock slate game. Steelers Packers to end things off. We're going to get into our team parlay for this week. A 3-legger. We have the Bengals on the money line over the Jets.
Joe Flacco.
Bijan anytime touchdown.
Yes,
Who
man.
the Falcons playing? Miami.
Yeah, I mean, if Bijan doesn't
Yeah.
get in, let's not forget it's Kirk Cousins at the helm, but I don't think that affects too much.
Yeah, I don't think it changes much. I am going with, I swapped mine. I was originally going with Henry with no Lamar. That scared me there. I'm switching to Jonathan Taylor anytime
GT.
touchdown, plus 157 for a quick little 3-legger there. I believe
Do you
those
think
are
there's
all
any
1 o'clock
chance?
plays,
All right,
too.
you want to hear a crazy take today, chat? I don't know. You throw maybe like $5 on it for some really good odds. Huff, listen to this one. Let me know. Can the Tennessee Titans upset the Indianapolis Colts today? Biggest trap game of all time.
14.5. You think they'd win?
Could they win that game?
No.
You think
No.
there's zero chance?
There's
Everybody in the
zero
chat.
chance.
Everybody in the chat. No chance.
0 chance.
Cam Ward. Nah, no way.
Do you remember what
though.
I told you? Do you remember what I said about the Colts before going
Yeah,
into
it's
the
not a
week 1
trap
stream?
game. Yeah, what'd you say?
That they were going to be, I was like, I don't know, dude. This is the best roster Daniel Jones has had. This team could be good.
I know. And that this Colts team, I just think it's like a letdown spot. They're riding so high, you
It's
overlook them.
such a letdown spot. You're a 14.5 point favorite, and like
Just
no
two of
one
the
thinks
biggest
you're like
trap
a
games of
Super
the
Bowl
year today.
contender. But
I do want Cam Ward to be good so bad, and Shamir
I
Dike
could see the
and
Titans cover. There's
Ty J.
no
Spears.
chance they win this game.
The Bear today saying his trap games of the week are the Texans at 2.5 and the Ravens at 2.5. Plays of the week. Wow. He's got the Ravens. I do think the Ravens win too. I think it's a crazy spot. There's no way that the Bears are winning what 5, 6 games in a row. Their defense is not good. That's the one thing that worries me. I look for a big Derrick Henry day and Snoop Tyler Huntley getting the job done. Anthony Big Hoss loves that in the chat. He loves to see it. We're gonna go with the purple rain and the Ravens today. Falcons Dolphins is trap of the week. Really, you don't think that Kirk Cousins kind of proves he's still a valid quarterback? I think the Dolphins have no life. I was kind of scared by it too a little bit. And the line's only 7.5. You think it'd be the same if Michael Penix was in? Probably. Vegas always knows. Yeah, they do. They do. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that this Titans team. Imagine you tease the Titans and they get like over 20 points. Is that worth it, chat? You like that? Maybe
You
getting
definitely could do
21.
that, but they could lose this game 40-10.
I know they could, but I
Jonathan Taylor could have 300
Jonathan
rushing yards in
Taylor
this
and
game.
Tyler Ward are probably both scoring today. Jonathan Taylor could score another hat trick too. I think he has more.
Jonathan Taylor was minus 320 for an anytime touchdown in
He
this
has
game.
more 3 touchdown games than like a handful of teams on the season too, which is
Yeah,
crazy. So yeah, I know. I don't think they're going to, but we can have wishful thinking. I hope they can beat the Colts, but I really don't think they can. Cam Ward, no, still a stud. Um,
Colts Colts
yeah,
have not that hard of a schedule. They have this game. I think they put the Steelers play them next week. It's in Pittsburgh. That could be considered a tough one. It's a 1 o'clock game. Though. It's not like a prime time or anything like that. But
that'll be a good game though.
I think we'll struggle with the Jonathan
How
Taylor,
good is
Tyler
Tyler
Ward.
Warren? Best rookie in the league?
Dude, arguably best tight end in the league.
Book is probably the best rookie in the league, I guess. Tyler Warren, TD chat saying, I teased at 7 Cowboys, Cowboys over, Bills, Pats. Yeah, the
Is
Bills are
there
a scary team.
is there any tight end right now for one game you would take over Tyler Warren?
Yeah, I take George Kittle over him. He's healthy now, so like
I think I'd take Warren.
really, that's
He's so
crazy.
good. Dude, he looks so good.
Warren
Every
been
Colts
playing
game I
that
watch,
good. Oh,
he's open
Jackson
every
Dart.
play. He
Off
catches
Jackson
everything.
Dart's asking in the chat. Warren been playing that good? Yeah, he has. What about Trey McBride, Huff? You like him too?
Yeah, true. I always kind of forget about him. Cardinals suck.
Yeah, but he's target hog.
Yeah,
When he steps on that field too, he turns into Travion McBride too. That's what they say.
yeah.
Ferguson, oh, good shout right there. Ferguson's been great with Dak Prescott healthy. He looks like one of the best tight ends in the league. PPR end zone. I think he finds the end zone again today. Dak loves him. PPR chat. It's National Tight End Day. Tough. I feel like we got to build a little off the dome piece here. If you could pull up a little parlay calculator, I think off the dome piece, maybe just go into your DraftKings and pull it up or something like that, and we could just go off live. Well, it may not be the best lines to shop your books, but tight ends finding the end zone today. I like Ferguson. I like Tyler Warren. I like George Kittle. I think those are my 3 favorite. Tucker Kraft might not be a bad one. It's tough to predict with your Steelers because the 2 of them split their reps.
Tyler Warren's plus 100.
Yeah,
I
let's
like that.
go.
I
Let's
might
go.
take that.
Warren Kittle and Ferguson. Chat. Anybody else you think we could throw into our National Tight End Week anytime touchdown parlay? Those Ravens scare me because it's Andrews
Kittle
and
plus
Ferg.
180.
Yeah, that's a great line.
And then you said Ferguson.
Someone goes get weird and take Schoonmaker. No. I'm gonna take Ferguson. Someone says Pitts too. Maybe I do like Pitts. Kirk want to him a lot last season. Yeah, he did.
Ferguson plus 175.
I don't want to add Pitts in there. And you know what's crazy is I'm a big Pitts guy. You see him on my card a lot for receptions, but when you get close to the goal line, it's just like I'm a big Bijan guy. What is that? It comes out to that 3-legger.
I didn't. When I click them on my computer, it doesn't add them up. I can figure it out.
Anthony saying Tucker Kraft, Jets tight end Mason Taylor coming into the chat. Mason Taylor. You know what's tough about the Jets tight ends though? Scoring is they have to get into the end zone. New York Jets don't really like doing that, especially with Justin Fields. You know what they're very good at? Turning the ball over, taking sacks, getting put off the
It'd
field
be
on 4th down.
14-40. So like
For the 3 of them.
100 to win, 14-40.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, let's chat.
10
Let's
to win,
ride that
140.
play of the week right there. Let's go Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, George Kittle. Let's lock that in, boys. Let's lock that in. I want until Justin Fields is a Ram. Yeah, he's not that good.
Yeah, I think that's our slate for week 8. We're stay tuned for our Monday night edition. Catch that on our social media. All of our plays will be posted here around 11:30. Hitthebooks.pod on Instagram. Hitthebooks_pod on Twitter. Turn those post notifications on. Leave a like, follow, share, subscribe wherever you're watching from. We'll get all of our plays out the parlay. everything. Again, we went through, it was Bijan anytime touchdown, Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown, Bengals on the money line, plus 157 for our team parlay of the week. Ace just went through his tight end parlay for this week.
Tight end
We
week
went through
special.
5 games. We're going to get all of our plays out there for you. Let's win some money. Again, leave us a like, follow, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week.